Hey, what's going on, guys? Cookies here. I just wanted to go over some general use stuff that I found incredibly useful up until this point in patch 9.1, but just for Shadowlands in general, WoW in general, and stuff like that. I just wanted to show you guys some useful resources and whatnot and see, you can pick and choose whichever ones you like and show them to your guildies or friends or anything like that, or just use them yourself. So the first thing I wanted to show is the useful Weakauras that I have just for general content. Here's a little pin of like the different ones. I'll have them all in the description down below, kind of labeled the same way. So we have all of these. The main ones to go over is like these reminders up here and this Oribos Map Labels. What the Map Labels does is it will literally label your map when you're in Oribos and show you where everything is. So it's really, really handy for that if you don't know where the mailbox is or you're confused on which side is the PvP and professions vendors and stuff like that. And then, other than that, what were some of the other Weakauras we had? We had the reminders, which what that will do is, like, you can see it right here for the oil reminder. It'll keep it like that, and then when I press it, it'll use the oil, and then it'll go away and show me, like, the duration of the oil. And when it's getting low, it'll let me know and let me reuse by just clicking here. So that's really nice. Same thing with the armor kit reminder. It'll just pop up in the middle of your screen, but it'll only do it when you're in a dungeon or a raid, so you're not wasting armor kits. So that'll pop up and be like, hey, you need an armor kit. You just literally just click the button that pops up in the middle of your screen, and it'll put it on for you, and then you're done. And then, what other ones we got on here? The don't release one's really nice for guilds that like to release after you wipe to a boss. If you want to know a little secret, just have a Warlock Soulstone, one of the healers, before combat starts, so before every fight, which they can do that with this Warlock Soulstone reminder. And then after you wipe, that person who died will still have the Soulstone available on them, even if you use battle reses throughout the fight, as long as it wasn't the same Warlock that put the Soulstone on them. As long as they don't use Soulstone again, that Soulstone will always stay on the player, and they can just use it after a full wipe happens and res the entire raid. And then you don't have to move at all or release and run all the way back to the boss, so there's a lot of time. There's this T28 package, that's for the new raids, so this is really, really useful. These are always made every tier by a guy named Causies, so definitely get these. They're very nice. And then this one's outdated, and these ones down here, this is a combat timer. Most of these are a little bit more, complex and stuff, but I will have them all linked in the description below, so you can check them out. The next thing that I will recommend is actually Dratnos' YouTube channel. So Dratnos makes incredibly good content when a new patch comes out and like throughout patches. He always makes really insightful things. He'll post if he finds something in the game, like right now, he'll literally just post about it as soon as it happens. So it's really, really good to get those like early tips and tricks from a new patch, because he's really good at like delving through and kind of min-maxing all that stuff, and he likes like the Outer World content and the mission tables and all that kind of stuff. So definitely keep his YouTube channel subbed for sure, so that you can see all the new videos that he posts. The next thing that we'll go over is Bloodmallet. Most people should know what this is, but if you don't, it's just like a site. And again, just to be clear, I will link all of these different things in the description below as I go through them. So Bloodmallet is a site where you can go and pick your spec. Say you're playing Frostmage and you don't know what the best Soulbind is to use or something. It'll give you a general idea of what Soulbind to run. You can go on here, you can look at Domination Shards, and you can see what are my best Domination Shards to run. And then you can go, what's the best race to play as a Frostmage, and it'll just show you all these different simulations and data for trinkets, talents, all that stuff. It's not going to be perfect every time, but it is very good to go. Like, mainly what I would use this for is to go look at like races or trinkets and figure out, what are the 2 trinkets that I'm going to be looking after and stuff like that for the raid. Am I going to be doing dungeons, or am I going to be doing the raid for my new trinkets? So that is that. And then the next thing is this Raiders Guide to 9.1. So this will help you read through this. It'll give you a really good overview of the patch. It'll give you an overview of all the new things, all the new buffs, all the new powers, how things work, and it'll tell you how to get gear. It's basically just a very, very good overview of the whole patch. if you came from 9.0, and it tells you, like, you know, what should you be doing on the different weeks that are happening, what should be your goals. It gives you a new table for new loot, all these things. So it really just helps you get a grasp on the new patch. And then the next thing we'll link is, if you guys are familiar with my channel, you might have seen this before. This is a spreadsheet that I make for my guild for healing cooldowns and general, like, raid assignments, I guess you could say. So I'll keep this updated as we move along. So it's just view only when you click on the link, but you can just go down here and hit copy, and then you can just make a copy for yourself so that you can then edit it. So you can copy this for your guild, or if you just want to have a better understanding of the bosses. But as we get into the raid and start doing heroic, once we go, like, plan to start doing mythic in about a couple weeks, I'll be updating every single one of these bosses to have, like, healing cooldowns assignments for, you know, different abilities. Right now I don't have any, but like I said, just keep an eye on this spreadsheet and I will be updating it a lot. Also, on the topic of Weakauras, because I only showed you guys general use Weakauras, on this spreadsheet I will have like very specific Weakauras for each boss right over here on the left, that I would be essentially requiring for my guild, and then you can keep an eye on those and, like, pick up some really nice Weakauras for each boss as I decide to put them in there. But I'm kind of, you know, waiting until we go through the first week on heroic, and then I'll really, like, flesh out this whole spreadsheet. So if you copy it over, make sure you kind of check back and copy other stuff that I've been updating it with. And if you have any questions about it, my Discord is right there on the first page. The next really useful resource is Mythic Trap. This has been around for quite a while now. It's been around for a few tiers, but now they are collaborating with the Guild Echo, so they have, like, a lot more kind of funds to put into the website, and it's very, very nice. This website goes over dungeons, it goes over the raid, most importantly. So we can go on here, we can go to any boss. Let's just go to, you know, Remnant of Ner'zhul, for instance, and it will give us an entire rundown of the fight. We can even pick if we're a certain role, and then it'll just filter the fight to things that are important for us. So let's say we're a healer, so we click on healer, and then now it's going to just show you things that you would want to know as a healer. It shows you little videos with explanations, detailed explanations and non-detailed explanations, and it'll show you side-by-side videos, little graphics, all this. It's absolutely incredible for learning these fights and getting a grasp on them. What I did with my guild is we literally just screen shared. We had a night where I just screen shared and we just kind of walked through all the bosses together and just talked about them and took a look at them, and it was super fun. And this makes it super easy to just, makes it really easy on the eyes, easy on the brain to learn. All of this is beyond, like, really, really, really well done. So go check it out and use this to get ready for the raid. And then the last thing that we'll go over for today is also similar to the raid. It is the pineapple game. If you guys haven't seen this, it's amazing. Send it to your guild, send it to everybody who's going to be going into the raid. You run the game, and then it will let you pick a boss, and it will run you through this little flash-based kind of silly mini game, but it actually teaches you the fights and teaches you, you know, the different bosses and stuff like that. So I can go to Terragru, the first boss, gives you a breakdown of the controls and stuff, and then we're literally going to do the boss fight. So it's like a little mini game. Stay away from teammates. So there we are. I'm staying away from people because if I stand next to them, they get feared, and that's a mechanic on the fight. And then now we need to hide behind somebody. So this guy's ice blocking for us, so we're going to hide behind him. Cool. Another mechanic. And then we have to soak these little things. But it's explaining it first. The boss is buffed until the remnants are soaked, but don't soak alone. Leroy Jenkins is going to soak the whole thing for us, and he died. I didn't soak it in time, but that's alright. And now we're looking for a safe spot, and there you go. It literally just breaks down the fight in a really fun and interesting way. So this is really good to send to your guild and get them, like, involved in learning the fights, because if you're just expecting them to go through websites, even like Mythic Trap and stuff, people are just not going to care and not want to do it. This kind of offers a little fun incentive way to do it. So that's pretty much it as far as I'm aware, as far as really useful things that I've picked up. If I have any more, I will link them in the description or, like, pin them in a comment down below. And I will have upcoming my plans are to make a Tazavesh guide and a Tazavesh hard mode guide, which should happen this very first week of Season 2 starting, so this Tuesday. And then I will also be posting healer guides for all the bosses as well as we go through Heroic. And then as we get into Mythic, I will make Mythic guides. And we'll also do a bunch of M+ stuff, so if there's anything specific that you'd like to see, let me know. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.